right, so welcome to the Endless Sides Podcast, episode number 5 already.
Hello.
We're halfway to 10.
What's
then
the
10.
date?
Wow.
And then
What
10.
day is
What?
it today?
You said last podcast. You're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
gotta start with
Well,
the date.
hold
What's
on.
the date? Gotta jump ahead here.
Yeah, you're jumping the gun. Today is Friday, February 23rd, 2018. And my name is Tyler.
I'm little Mike.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Blake. I'm all the way at the end now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we actually have a fourth microphone.
Hooray!
Oh,
So Briana's actually on now, but Briana took one of the old microphones, and Blake has his own microphone.
Props to Amazon for putting it in the dry spot of our house out of the rain.
Yeah.
Actually
Ahead
knowing
in the rain.
during the rain it got delivered and they put it like where it was dry.
Yeah.
The box.
Shout out to the delivery guy.
This episode of the Endless Sides Podcast is brought to you by our own Patreon page. Yes, I'm going to pimp it. Do you want to hear the audio-only version of the ES podcast a day early? Of course you do. That is why we include a link to our Patreon in the description of our YouTube videos. The audio version of our podcast will be available the day before we upload the podcast to YouTube. Yada, yada, yada. What are you doing?
We're egging you on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also download the podcast with no extra cost if you don't need to have the YouTube app open on your phone to listen, because I know how much of a pain in the ass that is. Kayla.
Oh my god. Well, look, we all have the giggles now.
For those who are not familiar with Patreon, why don't you support our endeavors a little bit by making a monthly donation with a choice of how much you want to pledge. All you need to do is click the Become a Patron option and click on $1 plus a month and enter your own amount for a monthly pledge. Again, head over to our Patreon page, become a patron, select $1 a month or more, and enter your desired amount. And thank you for supporting Endless Sides.
And with that, you get free Ginsu knives.
I got that. So,
Hello.
how's it feel to be on a podcast, Briana?
It feels great.
This is your
This is
third,
Well-
really. I mean,
well,
third
first
attempt.
official one.
third attempt, but first podcast that is actually gonna work.
Yeah,
That's
because the first couple of them kind of sucked, and we're never gonna release them ever.
and then they always froze and fell apart and always break.
Don't remind me of how how it always
The
crashed.
beginning of our channel.
beginning, the awful
the-
beginning of our channel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
It was an adventure.
it was an
It was a
adventure.
fun-
I'm
fun-filled
glad that we
joy.
actually finally started to get liftoff for once. You know. So yeah. So how's your week been?
My car broke, but then it didn't.
I thought I was gonna get pulled over today.
Oh,
I want to hear this.
So I was driving on 71, and I was driving my friend home from band rehearsal, and I was going 45 when it was 35, and my friend goes, "Hi, Popo," and I immediately slammed on my brake. I went, "Oh no!" and I started freaking out, and I had a panic moment, and I was like, "Ah!" But I was like, "Thank you for saying there's a police officer, so I don't speed enough to deal with him." Like, don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, I love the law enforcement.
In our lovely town.
Our lovely town, because next year for a class I have to get interviewed by a teacher and a police officer, so I have to love them no matter what.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was interesting. I had a little panic moment.
That reminds me of the time I got pulled over. So it was me, Mike, and Matt were driving it was back when I had my Nissan.
Yeah.
We were driving, and all of a sudden, there's this cop sitting like behind a building. I see him. Now me going like 5 over, I'm panicking. I kind of hit the brakes, and then he tails us.
Well, I was going 10 over. I was going 45.
I was going like 5
35.
over. I panicked. But the best part was we all looked at the cop really guiltily.
Oh no.
So like, we just kind of like looked at him like, uh-oh, and then he started tailing us, and he pulled me over. Luckily, I didn't get a ticket. He let me off the hook. He didn't like say anything. He's like, "Oh, I thought you were your sister," because my sister has a boy's name for some reason.
Yeah.
He's like, "Are you Spencer?" No. All right, be right back.
No.
All right, you're free to go. I thought you were Spencer. Tell her permit's expired. Okay.
Okay. So, I mean, I didn't get pulled over, but I thought I was going. I'd say incidents, but 2 things happened. I'm not going to say because my mom's going to murder me, so never mind. Second story. I was hanging out at a friend's house, the same friends I'm going to see tonight.
All right.
My mom's like, you have to be home by curfew. Well, me being me, I'm going to leave at curfew.
Yeah.
And I'm driving, and it's, like 11 at night, I'm past curfew. I'm just thinking, everything's fine. And then I turn, like, in my rearview mirror, I saw the police come out of the police station, because that's where I passed.
Oh.
And I saw them following me, and I'm going, like, 5 under the speed limit. And I was like, oh, my God, the cop just passed me. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to speed back up again.
Yeah. There's a 5-mile threshold for the speeding, so you don't have to worry. Blake,
I go 5 over all the time.
I know.
They just kinda, like, look at me.
I go 4 over. Like I like to push it a little bit. So
Push it real good.
I have a fun pullover story that pisses you off.
oh no.
On Orchard, the speed limit's 45. It was, I think, a day or two after my birthday last year.
Okay.
And I'm going down Orchard. The speed limit's 45. I was going down the hill. Cop clocked me going 61. And I got let off with a warning because it was my birthday.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
That's crap.
And he didn't
Wow.
want me spending my birthday money on a ticket.
Wow. Come on. Down the hill. Oh, down that hill.
Yeah.
See, or you
That
can
hill.
just,
That's a trap. They
Yeah.
speed trap that, which is
I don't-
bullshit. But
I honestly, I was not going over 55, but there was somebody else next to me who was going faster than me, and I think that was who he clocked because he
Yeah.
was going the opposite way. So I
Yeah.
think that's who he clocked, but he got me instead. So
I had I was behind a minivan. This was on Wolf Road. This was by the Speedway.
was it a soccer mom?
So I was following a minivan going 45 and a 35 in the 35 zone, and like last second I see the undercover cop, and
Oh no.
Oh.
see I know it's I'm to blame here, but I was like I stupidly pulled off why didn't you pull her over too, because she was going 45 too. I think he clocked her
and then got you.
and then got me, and I'm like, that's such fucking bullshit. And I was like, oh fuck. All I did that day, all I wanted to do was just get something to drink, just get some soda or something. I was like, that's all I wanted to do. That's all. I didn't ask for this. I was stupidly speeding. I get that. I that's my fault. But I was so irritated at the fact that I got pulled over in the minivan, this gold minivan. I remember a gold minivan. It was like some sort of fucking Honda Odyssey or something, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be etched in my brain. I'm just like forever salty about that.
It reminds me of the night like I got pulled over twice in one night for the same
my
reason.
Lord.
Oh, Blake.
I don't think I ever told you the story. So like I was
I
driving.
think you did.
I might have. I was driving back one night home, and I get pulled over, and the cop says, "Hey, your headlights out. Your right headlights out." I'm like,
Oh, yeah,
"Okay."
he
So
told me
he
this.
hits me off with a warning. I carry on. Well, I get back into town, and I get pulled over again. The cop's like, "Do you know why I pulled you over? Would it be because of the headlight?"
Would
Here's
it
the
be?
warning.
Would it be because the reason I just got pulled over?
Yeah, I was like, "Would it be the reason I just got pulled over 45 minutes ago?"
Yeah.
And
Man.
he gave me another warning. I got 2 warnings that night. I was like,
Wow.
I had no idea why. I was like, okay, why is this guy giving me a warning? I clearly showed him the other warning.
Oh,
Probably because I have it on file in like
Yeah,
community.
probably.
He fixed
I
it the
don't
next
know.
day, but that was just bullshit.
My dad was he was getting a sandwich for me because I think it was a competition weekend for me, which was or was it a competition week? I don't remember. But my dad went to Subway, but he was going like he was speeding to get to Subway because I had to get somewhere really fast.
Yeah.
And my dad was like speeding, and then he saw in the mirror that the cop pulled over. He literally pulled over before the cop even got out and started driving. And then the cop like pulled over, and he just kind of like, he goes, "Do you know I pulled you?" He goes, my dad was like, "Yeah, I know, I was speeding." He goes, "Okay, at least you know." Like the cop like gave him a warning because he was brutally honest with the police. I was like,
Yeah.
so
That's how you get off. It's like being
be
brutally honest.
brutally honest. Pull over before the cop drives out, and you'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
There was a story that Mike was telling me how he got pulled over in our subdivision here, saying like, yeah, so the cop caught me going over, and my license was expired,
Oh.
and the insurance was expired. I'm like,
Oh my god.
Oh,
was-
that's
I think
the
that's-
trifecta.
Was that the story when he had to like call our dad
Yeah.
over Bluetooth, which was so awkward? Michael was sitting there so awkwardly, like, because the police is standing there talking to my dad like through the Bluetooth in the car, and he was just kind of sitting there so awkwardly. I was laughing really hard. I was like, "Michael, you're stupid."
he just like Like he just told me like the whole story. He just kept like naming all the things. He was like, "Oh my gosh, how do you mess up that bad?"
Kayla, I need to renew my license. Oh no.
When
Did
does
you
it
talk about this the
expire?
last podcast? Like,
Yes, I did. I completely forgot.
Oh my
The
Tyler, you might want to
26th.
renew your license.
This month?
Yes.
You have
Oh my
You have
God.
3 days.
I know.
Go! You need
I
to
know.
go.
Right. Bye, bye,
Go!
Basically leave now.
Yeah. I know. I'm
Just let us
Like,
fend for ourselves.
I'm the king of procrastination here, just so you know.
It's funny because like like sometimes I could be a procrastinator, but like other times I'm like usually I wait till like the day before it's due. If like I have
yeah.
homework, like it's due in a few days, and I'll wait till the day before to do it. Like yesterday, 2 days ago I was given a homework assignment. Yesterday I did it like at 9 at night. I'm a junior in high school and I have to do coloring. I have to do artwork for an English assignment. That stupid English assignment, which by the way the drawing was like complete garbage, took me an hour. An hour.
Was it like coloring in the lines or something?
No, I had to physically.
Yeah,
Well,
oh,
I mean,
yeah,
I had to
did-
physically draw myself, but I was like trying to make it detailed and everything, and then I showed my friends, and I made like try to make the eyes look bloodshot,
Yeah.
trying like red like colored pencils. My friend was like, "Why does because we were reading their eyes were watching God, and we like our character like one of the
Yeah.
main characters was like, yeah."
Okay.
Why does your character look fried? I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thanks.
It looked fried.
It only took me like an hour, but it's fine.
Why does your character look fried? I like that
The
term.
artwork took me an hour. It was like, I put my blood, sweat, and half of my tears because I was super tired.
Which is fair. Kayla, how's your week been going?
It's been going pretty decent. I have no complaints.
Brian liked his time on last week, huh?
Yeah, he really enjoyed it.
I really can't wait to get him back on again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if an opening comes up where he can come in,
Oh, yeah.
he'll jump right on it if
Oh,
he's
yeah.
not at work.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Next weekend,
What?
I have another competition.
Oh my god.
Wham, wham. Well, we'll have Mike back next weekend.
Yeah,
though.
we'll have
Or at
Mike
least
back.
Sunday
Oh,
or
no,
Saturday and
he'll-
Sunday night.
He comes back
No,
next weekend, which is the weekend I
Hey.
leave. So it's like a
Yeah.
flip.
Oh.
He's already
I
filling.
was like, I know
for
he's coming back
anyways.
next
Okay.
week. I'm going to get him or help him
Yeah.
bring stuff
Yeah.
to the desk back for our studio.
Yeah, next weekend I leave, but that's the same weekend, like the same day he comes back. So it's just kind of like a flip Rizzi's, and
Yeah,
it'll
we're
be
probably
fine.
gonna be recording Saturday next week, even though I want to stick to Fridays, Blake. But
Well, no, Friday worked today because I had today off. So
I know,
worked
but I
best.
want to stick with Fridays from now on.
All right.
With or without Blake. It's
With
just
or without
Friday.
Blake.
Aww.
Friday.
Well, hopefully leave my Wednesday
No.
work soon and have a better schedule so I can do
Someone was
Friday
saying
nights.
that in my English class. It was a nightmare.
Oh no, how is that still a thing?
Do they
What
still
is-
play music in the passing periods?
Yep.
Yep.
They still play garbage?
Yep. They're playing High School Musical one day. Maybe
Oh no!
Oh
They played High School Musical. Like it sucks because like every Thursdays are normally Throwback Thursdays, so they play songs.
They do
of-
Throwback Thursdays now?
They do Throwback Thursday songs. Like on every Thursday, they'll do a song from like I've heard Michael Jackson, I've heard Prince before. Like they play like older songs because it's
Good choices,
Throwback
good
Thursday.
choices.
And I'm like, that's probably the only day I'm liking so far because I don't want to hear High School Musical, nor do I want to hear they played a song from Willy Wonka, the one where all the workers come. The Oompa. They were playing that. They were
Oh
playing
my God.
that. And my psych, because I have Psych 2 first hour, my Psych 2 teacher decided to sing it while we were working. And I'm like,
Just please shut up.
it's like
amazing.
he decided to sing that while he was telling us about a story while he drove on the like it was black ice, he couldn't tell, and then he hit his car into a tree, and he got out of the car, made sure it was fine. Oh my God, everything's okay. Well, he took the same car he smashed and drove it home.
Nice.
He was like, "Oh, I was only a quarter of a mile away from my house." I'm like, half of your front is totaled. Like, half of your car is gone. He's like, I was only a quarter mile. It's fine. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, what have I done?
Do they still play the high school theme song on Fridays?
Yes, they do every
Oh
Friday.
my god.
It's not even our song, it's Notre
I know
Dame.
it's
Because we're too
They
garbage.
ripped it off.
we need to have someone like or compose a song instead of
It's
like
not gonna happen.
It's
We're
not gonna happen.
worth it.
Oh no, we've had for honors projects and band, they've had kids like compose songs. There's this kid that composed a whole Star Wars song and showed me, and there was the two like tenor sax like main parts, and he wanted to play it in wind ensemble, which is the band I'm in, with tenor sax parts.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I thought it was actually pretty decent. Like, when I heard the song, it was actually pretty good.
How come they just don't choose someone's song?
Yeah, we're playing. Okay, so we're playing the actual Star Wars soundtrack, kind of, for a band.
I got
That's
to
Really?
I got to do that in orchestra one year. It was pretty fun. It was pretty exciting. Like the actual like John Williams.
It was the John Williams soundtrack, but it was like kind of, they took some parts out, like some songs, but it's really fun when the trombones sit behind you and they keep yelling Star Wars. It just makes the song really not fun.
Fun fact about John Williams, like apparently he only, like if you want to do like a transcription of his music, you have to have it like exactly what it was in the orchestra. You can't like water it down.
Oh no, we have, oh no, never mind.
Cause that like
We have a watered down for the freshmen that they're playing it, but it's not by John Williams. It's by some other artist.
Yeah, because children are dumb. They can't. They can't.
Silly children.
Okay, freshmen compared to my level of band, bit different.
Okay.
Because the freshmen are garbage.
Wow. Words of encouragement from Briana.
I had to leave.
It's harsh love.
Yeah.
I love the freshmen. Like, I love the freshmen this year compared to the freshmen that were last year that are sophomores this year.
Yeah.
I agree.
But-
My sister is part of that group.
Yeah, so
Sorry, Sarah.
I left class early because we had to go perform for the lunch periods because we had a special guest come in, and Jazz One, which is the top jazz band that I'm in, we were playing, and I was getting a piece of paper because part of my instrument is worn out, and I grabbed a piece of paper, and oh my lord, these kids do not know how to tune.
Whoa.
They do not sound like, the trombones are like really loud, the flutes are like super out of tune.
How did we make it like we did? I'm tooting our own French horns here, but how did we make it out in junior high with sounding really good? And then that happens.
Our
don't
group was
know.
like the group though. Like
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
our
we
class
were.
was
the class.
Yeah,
band.
because like when you guys went to what?
Our band made it to nationals.
Nationals.
Yeah, and we were
Yeah.
the first band to do it in like a
in
long time.
junior high.
No,
That's
high school.
No, that's high school.
Well, high school, yeah, but I mean, in junior high, we even did band trips in junior high. So
Well, no,
that
they
was
just
fun.
they stopped that. They stopped the Great
I
American
know
Trip.
because our school district is
Is
Budget cuts.
Budget cuts.
budget.
You know, they're just thinking about cutting some. Yes, this is a recent topic, but the whole dilemma that happened.
Yeah.
I know
The
you're
you know
talking
what
about.
happening?
Yeah,
Yep.
so it's really bad because that dilemma happened, but because of the budget cuts, they're thinking about getting rid of some deans. Like, they're getting rid of the people that would, like, yeah, it's bad.
They were talking about getting rid of deans a while ago. I thought. No, I'm thinking of something else. I think.
Yeah, but, like, they're getting rid of the people that, it's not good.
The people that are
That's
supposed to
not
lead.
good.
Oh well. That is just
It's a
something
mess.
that's not happy going on in the world.
No.
In Florida.
Wow.
Florida. Well, I'm just gonna go out and say it. Florida sucks.
Yeah.
It's a okay, Disney's great.
Disney.
Universal's great. Cape Canaveral's great.
Universal, I've never been to Universal, but I've been to
Universal's awesome.
I
Harry
wanted to
Potter-
go
Harry
so
Potter Land.
bad, but we couldn't because it was too expensive. Florida's great. Like, the Florida Keys are great. Like, it's just like, I feel like that incident just makes Florida sound like, I mean,
We're gonna alienate everybody
they're muggy
from Florida,
weather.
so-
Just
Florida,
like-
I love you guys, but your muggy weather is garbage. God, it's awful. I don't know how you guys can
Florida man.
Just like the
Always in
the
the
beach
news.
line and the little dot where Disney World is like the only good parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go out in the actual Florida. It's scary.
No.
The
You probably
Everglades are
offended a lot of
cool.
Florida
The
people.
Everglades are really cool, except for
They're in there.
it's kind of terrifying when you look down and there's like an alligator.
Whenever I
just
hear
kinda
the word
staring at you.
Everglades, I
sounds
think
awesome.
of glaciers and I think of the north.
That's not how that works.
No.
I know, but that's just how
That's how your brain works.
that's how I understand it.
I mean, I get it. There's a G in both of those words, but that's not how that works.
It's first grade.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Love you, Tyler.
Dang.
Blake, how's your week been?
Interesting.
That's
How so?
great. Tell me more.
So, okay, so I'll start with this one because some of us here in retail. Is it a bad sign when about 10 people at your workplace puts in their 2 weeks or quits
That's pretty bad.
At the same
That's
time.
bad.
at the same time in the course of 2 weeks?
That's
Like
pretty
people
bad.
are leaving, so
That's usually a sign of poor management.
Yeah.
yeah,
Is that about right? Poor management?
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, they're great people.
we had a whole mass exodus in our one of the company I used to work for advertising. We had probably, I think mid last year, we had about more than 10 people leave at once. So it's like,
Wow.
I know, and this is advertising, so
my
we need
Lord.
we
You
need
need
people to go out and install the ads and stuff. So it's like nothing's getting done, and people are getting overtime, and they're not supposed to be getting overtime with the company. So, oh my god! And then I had to cover for some of that, and then now I'm jobless. So yay!
Hooray!
Woo.
Woo! I chose to end it on my own terms. I didn't get fired, believe it or not.
I'm
Believe it
probably-
or not.
I'm probably gonna start job hunt here tonight, so maybe I'll be motivational and
Want to become a bus driver, Blake?
no.
We need bus drivers.
I
My dad's a bus driver. That's why I don't want
Was
to
it
do it.
really?
Yes, I did.
My dad almost became a bus driver till he got a way better job that pays way more.
My dad.
Shout out to dad.
I know we talk about ghost stuff a lot, so I actually want to read a story though that I came up.
Terrified me. You
Whether
shared
it's
it
true
with
or
me.
not, I love it so much because it's just so terrifying.
I think of the fact that in psych I learn about not serial killers, but we've been learning about serial killers so far every Friday. I feel like nothing scares me anymore.
I still love this picture. That's going.
Which
That's
one?
going. That's going up right
swap.
on the video, by the way.
Oh,
That is perfectly fine.
All right, cool. All right, I'm trying to find the link. Okay, it is from r/paranormal.
They had to add a
Reddit.
slash.
Blake has to go take care of something. I'll wait till Blake's back down. I'll just preface this by it's by someone named Lake Bum 777.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
That's so.
I love the names people come up with on Reddit. They're so great.
Oh, that's on Reddit too.
Yeah. Oh, I get all my juicy stuff from Reddit. I get my ideas.
Okay, so I do not agree with the fact you put the word juicy and Reddit in the same sentence.
Oh, we hear some creaking.
Casper the ghost.
Oh, speaking of ghosts.
Wow.
Wow.
we got our Girl Scout cookies.
Oh,
Girl Scout cookies. That was the door.
All right,
Okay, I
after-
literally.
I love the
After the
face that
podcast.
I love the face that we all have in the door. We're like, oh no.
So
I know.
the thing is, I didn't realize my mom bought Girl Scout cookies. So I went in the fridge to get the freezer to get something. And I looked and I'm like, when did we get Girl Scout cookies? Like,
Jackpot.
I know. I looked at it and I said, yeah.
Yeah.
I should like hide them down here. And everyone asks like, didn't we order Girl Scout cookies like a month ago?
No.
we didn't.
Nope.
What's your favorite? Thin Mints?
Yeah, definitely 10 minutes.
Thin Mints or
Mints.
Samoas, the coconut ones.
Oh, I can't do coconut.
I love those ones.
I like the peanut butter ones.
I can't do peanut butter ones either.
I can't do the peanut butter
Oh.
ones. They're,
Oh.
they're okay, but Thin Mints and Samoas are speaking from the person that used to sell them.
Oh yeah, I forgot
You were a
about
Girl
this.
Scout?
Yeah, I used to sell them.
Anyway, back to the ghost story. So I'm going to read this word for word, mostly because of how creepy it is.
Yeah.
Go for it.
So, all right. This is by Lake Bums.
It's like a book talk.
this is an audible audiobook. All right, no. Okay.
I like scary music over it.
Late last night, we were at our lake house, and I fell asleep in the living room recliner around
Cheesy.
2:20 in the morning. The house is open concept with one big room that serves as living, dining, and kitchen. I woke up startled, but I didn't know why. I had no realization that any kind of noise woke me, but I felt awkwardly scared, weirdly scared. It was 3:15 a.m., so I hadn't been asleep long. I looked down and I saw I was covered in the usual pile of dogs. 2 were on my lap, and the third was against me, draped over the console of the recliner. As I looked up, I saw it, a black silhouette illuminated in the soft ambient light coming from the LED lights above the kitchen cabinets just a few feet away. Fear arose from deep inside me and I froze. My pulse quickened and my breathing slowed as I stared at this figure in the quiet of my house. What I was clearly seeing was not a human being. Inexplicably, the figure was too opaque and its head much too tiny. I saw no appendages. It had very broad shoulders and was wearing a black, thin, drapey garment with a hood. My fear... goes along with the theme.
He goes along with it.
Fuck, now I don't remember where I left off.
The hood.
Oh, yeah. My fear grew as it turned towards me, and I got the sense it had suddenly become aware I was awake and watching. The figure didn't seem to have a face. I couldn't believe my eyes. I was fully awake. How was this happening? It didn't make any sense. There is something in our house. Fear consumed me. In the split second, Boomer, how's that?
Bichon Frise. Is that what it is?
Bichon Frise.
Yeah.
Dog. It's a dog. Big dog.
Doge.
All right? Big
Yeah.
dog? Yeah. So
No, little dog.
Little dog? All right.
Yeah.
woke up and sat upright on the console next to me and saw it too. We stared together as it turned back around and glided into my kitchen and just floated downward from view behind the kitchen island. My dog let out his loudest and most urgent alarm bark, a bark that rivals a dog 4 times his size. I jumped out of my skin. It was a deep, throaty bark reserved only for the most serious of threats to his family. Uncharacteristically, he didn't move a muscle to investigate the source of the threat either. He sat completely still next to me, save for the movement of his continuous barking, a steady, rhythmic, one-bark drum beat of alarm that I have not heard from him ever, that seemed to rise from the decibels at every breath he took. The loud barking woke my husband, and he rushed from the bedroom, still half asleep, asking, "What is it? What's wrong?" Both Boomer and I were frozen in place, and I struggled to spit out, there's something in the kitchen. Boomer saw it too. That's why he's barking his head off. It was right there. I knew it sounded crazy. I knew it was crazy. What was I saying? That I just seen a ghost? My husband was understandably puzzled. After he looked around the room and out the windows, he was satisfied there was nothing there. He said the security alarm was still set and it hadn't gone off. So no, there couldn't have been something. This person, I think, misspelled something in the kitchen. I didn't argue with him as I was trying to process what the hell I just experienced. So I let him go back to bed. As freaking scary as it was over. I went to bed too. Little did I know that shit was about to get real. I was awake. I was still awake when my cell phone rang at 3:28 a.m. and I shot straight up from bed. A phone call at that time of the morning is never good. I reached for it expecting bad news. The caller ID showed an 800 number. What? An 800 number at this hour? It was the alarm company. A feeling of dread swept over me and something bad had happened in our main house. Over an hour away. The alarm monitor said they just gotten a front door alarm as well as a crawl space alarm. I'm thinking, a crawl space alarm? There isn't a crawl space alarm at our main house. Sensing my frustration, he asked if I was at our lake house. I froze. At the lake house? My heart fell to the floor as my mind started racing. Physically shaking, I said, "Yes, we are here at the lake house. We are fine, though, and there's nothing amiss." I told him we haven't opened the front door, and we certainly haven't opened the door at the crawl space under our back deck. Our alarm has not even gone off inside the house. I thanked him and hung up the phone. Now my husband was wide awake. He hurriedly got dressed and did a sweep of the house and the crawl space. He found nothing. I couldn't go back to sleep, and I stayed awake the rest of the night, wondering about the spirit in the black that visited me. The one who was freely walking around our house while we slept and apparently tripping the security alarms too. I called the alarm center back today, and they gave me even more frightening information. At exactly 3:27 a.m., they had 4 alarms come in. Front door, dining room, glass breach, front guest glass breakage, and crawl space breach.
Crawl
There We have a service call in for our alarm to be checked out, but I'm doubtful they're going to find any damn thing wrong with it. Several other alarm zones did not go off, including the back door, so it seems unlikely it's a whole system failure. I've been trying to think of anyone I've known that has recently passed. I can't think of anyone who would square up with my gut and intuition that I know of them, but not know exactly them. That's when the next shoe dropped. I like that transition. The next shoe dropped.
Dun dun dun.
We bought this lake house in a foreclosure after the original owner had let it go back to the bank. He had designed the house himself. He had built it, and for 16 years enjoyed it on the weekends and vacations. Frequently hosting big parties. He was the only owner, that is, until his life fell apart from drinking. His wife left him, and he became a raging alcoholic. Wanting to check on every possibility, I did a Google search on him. Yes, it's what you're thinking. The original homeowner died just a few short months ago. He was only 53. What got me is that on his obituary website, nearly every single mourner mentions his lake house in the comments. I feel like the spirit is more unhappy with us than just lost between two worlds. My gut feeling is that he's unhappy with how his life went, and he is jealous that we're now living his home where he had so much fun in. We have performed cleaning rituals by smudging and salting, asking him never to return. This is our first otherworldly encounter. Is there anything else we should do? We are so creeped out. I'm having trouble sleeping, and I don't want to be alone in this house. The end. That was weird. That was a very weird story.
Was it really bad that it didn't weird me out at all?
It's kind of
No, I think. See, I'm.
Like, it didn't even scare me, creep me out, and literally anything.
It gave me the shivers, but other than that,
I didn't even shiver. I just kind of like.
I mean,
that's weird.
It's more weird, I think.
Yeah, I think it's.
And it's probably because my imagination goes wild with paranormal stuff.
My question is, how did the person know that they were at the lake house? Like, that's the first thing I wonder. I was like, how'd you know they were there?
The alarm system?
Oh,
the alarm company.
Yeah, the alarm company. There, you missed a detail.
Yeah. It's still.
You tried. You tried to debunk it.
It's still.
No. I just thought it was an interesting story.
This isn't scary to me at all. It's not scary at all, but I just found this online one day because, I get bored really easily.
Same.
It's a really short story. It was the last man on Earth was sitting in his room. He heard a knock on the door. That's it. That's it.
Oh, that's freaky.
Boom.
That is freaky.
Mic
I
drop.
love short freaky stories.
I have a short freaky story.
Another
Michael
one.
Rizzi, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a short sad story.
Bless you, Michael.
No, wouldn't Mike be a long, scary story?
What?
Is he tall?
Blake, that
my
was a
Lord.
stress. That was just a stretch.
That was
really
sad.
bad.
Thank you.
We're gonna
That's why
have
I
to
did
press delete.
Yeah.
Yay.
I have a really sad story. A really short sad story. 2 baby shoes never worn.
Oh.
For sale.
That's so sad.
Wow.
That's been one of the most frequently shorter. That's like.
I think the shortest story official story out there
Yeah.
that has a plot and everything.
Yeah.
There's a plot and everything.
Yeah. It's
That's
sad stuff.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That made me tear up a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. No, the
That
one with
didn't make
the
me
one with the
tear up.
cat. The one
Soul.
where the cat died next to his.
No.
Oh my
What?
god! I cried.
Am I missing something here?
eyes out.
Oh my god! Here, let me fix this.
Brianna's
No, that was
currently.
on my shoe.
Oh,
I know.
The stool was
Wait,
on
with
my
a
shoe.
tingle around your shoe? What?
No, I moved the stool and then I looked down. I was like, why does this feel weird? It's because it was in my shoe.
Why does this feel weird down here?
What's touching me?
Mommy.
No. That's
Oh my god.
no.
Yeah, I think the saddest story is probably that cat story that came up recently.
Yeah.
I don't want to read it again, but it was in short
The
cats.
girl was asleep or whatever, and she woke up and her cat was laying pretty much curled up next to her, but the cat had passed away. And so, they went on to say that, the cat must have really trusted her and loved her to have gone in their final moments to be with the girl. Because usually if a cat is really sick and is not being, put down by a vet, they find, a dark hole or something to go be in. But
Yeah.
So
I
sad.
had so much trust in this person
Yeah.
and so much love that wanted
that's
to
where my
spend the
heart
last
just broke.
moments. I know. I was reading that and I'm like,
Oh, that was. I think that was.
It's like it's like that's. I hate to say it's like a fear of mine. Like, I have a senior cat. She's 16. So that I read that, so that was even more.
I
And I'm
know,
like,
it hits
no,
home. It hits home.
It was just like, no, I will literally like drop off the face of the earth
I
if that
know.
ever happens. To
I'm
me.
the only one in this group that has no pets. So
Well, and Mike. Mike has
that's
the dogs.
besides the point.
Mike has dogs at his fraternity though.
Yeah. Well, not like there's just like a dog salon he works at.
Yeah, they have a dog salon,
That's
so
what-
it's like he sees pets like every day.
He really wants a
Which
Great
I
Dane.
wish I was him to see pets every day.
Well, Kayla.
I would love. I want to see dogs and cats every day.
Kayla, you want to become a veterinarian,
I
Yeah.
did want to become one at one point.
and
Letting the fact that my part of the veterinary, there was two parts. I wanted to do the surgical part of it,
ooh,
but then there was the other part of it where it was the type of vet that had to put down animals, and I couldn't
Yeah.
deal with that.
No.
So I was like, no.
can't do it.
Yeah, the way that I'm going through with my schooling is that I'm currently, I think I'm like one more semester away from getting my associates in biology. Then I'm gonna transfer to
hate
another
biology.
school to
No
get
thanks.
a vet tech certification, which is a 2-year program, and I'm gonna work as a vet tech and go from there. But right now, I'm just if I do end up going to become a veterinarian, it's just if I have to put an animal down, it's just gonna be like that's the best that's the only thing that we can do to make that animal feel better.
I know.
And
You gotta-
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna go in the back room and cry.
Yes.
I mean, there was a. I think it's a British TV show where it shows what goes on behind the scenes when someone.
I think I saw.
Yeah, I think I shared it. Where, this veterinarian who's like years and years and years of experience, they still cry, of course,
Yeah.
and because, and then all the what are they? They're not nurses. What are they? Just not more veterinarians like
Vet techs.
vet techs.
mainly.
So, like they get acquainted with the animal even in the short amount of time that they're with them.
Like they feel.
Yeah,
connection.
Yeah,
They-
the
they
vet
feel-
techs are the
Especially
ones
like
And
if,
so-
if the people are like the owners are in the room, like
Yeah.
they can tell
Yeah.
the connection they've had.
And
It's
so,
such
like the
emotional.
vet techs and even the vet went in the back room and they just, they all had like a group hug and they're, it's so sad. Oh.
Like, cause a lot of people I'm like, oh yeah, I have this pet. Like, yeah, they're a pet, but like
They're family.
they're family.
Yeah.
Like okay, this is 100%. I'm getting a pit bull when I'm older. No, hands down. Like if people are like, oh, I have a pet, I'm gonna be like, for me, yes, I have a pet, but I'm gonna be like, yeah, I have a new family member. Like I'm just gonna like say cause like I love animals. Except for when my friend's guinea pig peed on me, but we need to.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I love we dog sit all the time, so it's just like,
yeah.
like, yeah, it's
Hey,
really.
Blake, you want
It's,
to go upstairs and tell them?
excuse you.
Well, he's on the phone. Just give him a second.
Okay. Just want to make
Yeah.
sure. Quiet on the set.
And then while you're upstairs, you can get the.
Why does he speak on speaker every time?
Oh
That's
my
what my
God.
dad. My dad does that all the time. Me and my dad, we put it on speaker all the time.
I only put it on a speaker if it's like
He's a question mark.
he's a question mark.
Question mark.
He's just a big old zoop.
Yeah, for some reason, it's weird because I get a lot of stuff from my dad's side. For some reason the drum set, I love the brushes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I really I'm like Michael. I love the cowbell. I don't know. I love cowbells. And then me and my dad, we always put everything on speakerphone because I think this is too much effort.
That is a first world problem right there. That is like the epitome of a first
I
world
actually
problem.
had to talk about that one. Say it's kind of related that I had on for the. Yeah, it was why people freak out and I wouldn't say get mad, but they freak out and go, oh my God, why didn't you send that Snapchat? Why didn't you Snapchat me back? Oh my God, you opened it, but you didn't respond. Seriously, you see this
Get
person
over
face
yourself.
to face. I hate that. There's this girl in my history class that did that. She goes, you didn't answer me. You opened it, but you never responded. And I just sat there. I'm like, this is the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. I was so disappointed.
So with high school kids, I think there should be an expectation that you should act a little bit more like adults. And
I mean, yeah,
they're not in college yet, but I understand that. But I think you need to act a little more adult. Let things go. Not you. I'm saying
Yeah.
people need to let things go.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I don't let things go either. But like the thing,
No,
like social media wise, like I don't freak out if you don't text me back.
Yeah.
Like, if you've Snapchat me, I'm not gonna be like, why didn't you respond to me? Like I'm not like if you don't respond to me, I'm either gonna think A, just too lazy myself.
Same. Yeah.
You have like you're out with your family, you're doing something.
Yeah.
Busy.
So I'm just kind of like we all have lives here. My parents I hate to say this, but everyone knows like I admit I'm like too much with this
Oh yeah.
thing.
I mean, we all
But-
Yeah, I'm
are.
the same way.
Yeah, me too.
Like I don't freak out like, oh my god, why didn't you text me back? Like no.
See when you say we're pretty much all like on our phones
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot. So there's such a negative stigma to it, and I don't agree with it because our phones are actually connecting us more, and we can actually
I
communicate.
play Pokemon Go.
every day.
But you said that you're like
I
it
know.
connects people. I'm like Pokemon Go.
Pokemon, go to the polls. Am I right? And I brought the microphone.
So Tyler,
Gabs.
you're a nice person, but you need to literally walk out of this house. You need to literally leave.
Leave.
You want me to step in the traffic while I'm at it?
Try again.
Want me to step in the traffic
Take
while I'm
two.
at it? Or jump off a cliff?
Whichever you do, you buddy.
Okay.
Whatever makes you happy.
You, Mike and Blake. You do you.
You do you. I say
do
that
you,
way
boo-boo.
too much. I don't say boo boo because
I say
I'm
boo
not.
to him. Just because why not?
No, I'll say that like once in a blue moon, but then I'm like, you do you. You
I mean,
like
once in a boo boo.
no, I will never say boo boo. I hate even though
Once in a
I have
boo-boo?
my friend's name. I changed it to boo boo, but
Ugh.
like, yeah, I hate when people are like, oh my, like, you like people ask me these questions like, should I do this? I'm like, you do you. Your
I
life.
don't
You do what you
care.
want. I don't make decisions for you.
I can
like,
only like give you opinions, but that's
yeah, I
it.
can give you an opinion, like, because I'll ask people about myself, but then, like, they'll give me an opinion, I'll just kind of sit there and think about it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, okay.
Base your
Yeah.
entire life on the one
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I think we all like I had to redesign something recently, and it was for a personal thing, and I was asking
You
other.
have personal things?
I know I have a life outside of this. Holy shit! And I was trying to redesign this, and I was asking like for people's opinions, and I think that got mixed up with like how I should do something. I wasn't asking
Yeah.
like how I should do something. I was like, all right, so what's your opinion? What's your
Do you
opinion
like
on this?
this
Yeah,
or
do you,
this?
I mean, this is ultimately my
Or, like, is there
thing.
something I can change?
Yeah, and people were like,
to make the decision
people were like, oh, you do
easier?
you, just do whatever you feel. I'm like, I'm not asking for that. I know I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm asking for how does this look, and if it looks stupid or not. Like,
Yeah.
like people, I think people get that mixed up.
Like, and I feel like some people, like, because I say that a lot, because everyone knows, like, I care, but I don't care.
yeah, I'm
Because,
the
like,
same.
people think I say you do you. It's like, I don't care. Like, it's not the fact that I don't care. It's just, like, I don't want my decision to reflect literally everything
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why I'm just like, you do your life. You do what you want with it. I'm not here to change anything. I'm just
Yeah,
here.
And Tyler, with your thing with the constructive criticism, I've gotten to the point now with people, like if they ask for constructive criticism, it's just like I'm low-key afraid to give it to them
I
because
know.
they're gonna take
Yeah.
it the
Oh,
wrong
I'm
way.
so the opposite. I will tell you the truth how it is.
I know, but it's just like it's just gotten to the point where it's just like 9 times out of 10, these people ask for constructive criticism and then take it the complete wrong way. It's just like they
And
ask
then
for
get mad at you. For
That-
it.
yeah.
that's why I
That's
only
the first place that you asked.
Like-
Literally the opposite
like
of
with,
that. If,
within our
I
own
hate
group,
that.
I'll ask for opinions, but like otherwise, if people ask me for constructive criticism, yeah, I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'll say, oh, that looks good, or it could probably need work, but I'm not gonna say like you need to fix this, or I'm not gonna.
everybody
I
just
don't bother
takes
with
it the wrong way.
They take it the wrong
It's
way.
just like I'd be
It's
more than happy to
unfortunate.
help you if you wouldn't be an asshole about it.
Yeah,
amen.
brother. Amen, brother.
Like, yeah, I'm the person, like, I get this talk a lot, but, like, honestly, I'm the person that will tell the truth how it is. I don't really care if it's, like, mean or not. Like, it's the truth. And people like, sometimes it can be mean. I'm like, well, if you can't handle the truth, then don't come talk to me about the truth.
Yeah.
Bye. Bitch, bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
And bringing back old memes. We've come full circle. It's amazing how we go full.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
All around me
are familiar faces. Okay, so for some reason, one of my podcast topics is, where is it? Why is Michael an awesome person? And then in parentheses, I put false.
That is very much so false. So,
Oh my gosh, he's doing this again.
I'm doing it. I'm bringing it back. Even though nobody will know what we're talking about because we haven't released the third episode yet.
Oh,
What?
I really hope. Okay, so since we were talking about the subject of Michael Rizzi, I'm bringing back the story that I told earlier.
Yes.
So this is a story I will never forget. Michael, big shout out because you will make me never forget this story.
My bae, Mike.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a rain check on that.
He's mine.
What?
Wow.
I think Blake and I are about to dish it out now. Want to rumble?
I have two
Yeah.
things. One, why? Secondly, why of all people, Michael?
Well, I've known him for 21
Michael,
years.
I love you to death, but no. So this story. So I was at my grandparent. We all went to my grandparents' house just to hang out with them. Just
Whatever.
spend time with family. Well, we were watching TV, and we were on the couch. I was sitting next to my brother. I'm sitting there watching the commercial, and Michael was on his phone or doing something, not paying attention. Well, there's a Mucinex commercial. Okay.
All right, continue.
All right, so I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. So we were sitting there, and this Mucinex commercial came on, and this woman in the commercial, I repeat, in the commercial, she sneezed, and Michael, without hesitation, in such confidence, went, "Bless you," and I was like, Michael, yeah, I hope you realize you said "bless you" to a lady on the commercial. Like, I don't think he totally didn't realize. He goes, "Really?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Bless you" to the lady on the commercial who will totally never hear that and ever. I was like, kudos, you have manners. Like, you're grown up, but no. And 10 minutes later, the same commercial came on, and he did it again. It's like, I've never seen him do it in such confidence. He was like, "Bless you," and I was like, oh no. He did it twice, not once, but twice with the same commercial in a span of 10 to 15 minutes.
The fact that he did it twice. Oh, God.
I actually have a Mike story to tell.
Oh, please
I
do.
like
Yeah.
how we're telling Mike stories now.
Oh, we can just... Mike has the best stories, though.
He really does.
So it was during Marching Band. So my
Oh, no.
junior year of high school, we did Wizard of Oz for our Marching Band show.
Oh yeah, that was.
So one part, were you in that show or no?
No, I wasn't even.
You were in high school yet. So
But I've seen
at
it.
one point in our show, we did like a tornado set where like we all run around like a big like it's like a cyclone shaped like
Yeah,
mass.
it was
So
terrible.
basically, if you don't know
It
how
was
Marching
so
Band
bad.
works, so like we have point to point and say, okay, here's your point, there's your end point. You gotta
They're
go in a
called
big
dots?
circle. Oh, yeah, they're called dots.
Excuse you.
So they basically told us,
Excuse
okay, you got to start at this one point and you got to end at this point, and then we have to do it in a large like roundabout circle type manner. So obviously, Marching Band, the clarinets together, trombones, trumpets, etc.
Yeah.
So at one point, one rehearsal, we did after the cyclone set. Mike was in front of me.
How?
I never seen true fear in his eyes. And he was just like, we're going like, I don't know how I got here. It was just like mass chaos. I'm just here. The best part was he did it twice. He's like, I don't know what I keep
Why is
doing.
he doing everything twice? Everything twice.
It's like he doesn't learn the first time around. I
He like
know.
looked at me. He's like, I don't know how I'm getting here, Blake. It happens.
Okay, so based off that same thing, well, there's another kid, another trombone player. There is a video.
Some would say a tromboner. All right, continue.
Oh God.
I quit. No, I'm just kidding. So,
We just hired you.
yeah, fun fact, new member. So, there was a video of another trombone player. They were doing that tornado set. Well, apparently he fell over and disappeared.
I remember that.
This kid, they were running in a circle. You know how they said sections with sections and everything? Well, this kid like apparently was running the circle, and he like because everyone was running, he apparently like tripped and fell on the ground. It was never seen again until he got to his dot that he was supposed to go to after the tornado.
We're gonna have this still on the field to this day.
It was so funny.
The X-Files
Just
theme
the
plays.
fact that he fell over and you will never see him again until everyone goes up and goes to their spots, like their dots.
Oh my god.
It was hilarious. And then another kid, this was last year actually. So trombones, bunch of idiots, but
Yeah.
you know,
Mike.
they're them.
Mike's
Yeah.
trombone.
Yes. So this kid last year, so everyone's tan, you know, everyone has short tan, like shorts, like tan lines of their shorts.
Yeah.
Well, this kid, another trombone, hear me out here. He took the pale part of his legs
Oh no.
and shaved his leg hair. The pale. It said it took him 2 hours. Oh
my
like,
God.
literally, they were above like mid thigh because he was wearing pink booty shorts.
What? Well,
Oh, marching
Yeah.
band, I miss it.
I've never been in
We're-
Yeah,
March.
you two never got the joy
And then this was when was I think after her second child or like somewhere around of
Don't worry, keep going.
Keep going.
it's a force of habit.
I know.
Cool. Bleep. So our director changed that when she was around a pregnancy area, whatever I remember. But
Yeah.
this trombone, as a joke, was spinning his trombone, and our director looked at him and goes, "That's a great idea," and all of us just went, "Oh no!" And yeah, he spun his trombone. Yep.
Spun his
And
trombone.
our-
Like
in high
they
school
had
days-
something hooked up to it where he like took his slide and locked it so it doesn't like fly
Yeah.
out. But like he had something hooked on it so he went like this and fully spun it. And for some reason our director went, "That was a great idea," when she's the one person that will say if you break your instrument, you're the worst person on the planet.
Oh wow.
See,
I
if-
love band.
You see, if our director caught us doing that in high school, she would have like killed all of us.
Oh yeah, she would have
Oh.
murdered. But like the fact that she was, "That's a great idea," and I'm like, are you okay? Like, is there something you're taking or something's happening for some reason? You're like, I don't know. I think it was after her baby. Like, I'm like, are you okay? Do we have to talk or something? But yeah, it was fun, especially since I was near him when that happened.
Yeah. Wait till you get a trombone to the head.
I have a
I've
funny.
had a trumpet to the head.
What?
I was marching
Oh.
this way, and this kid was marching this way, but we kind of, like, he walks behind, and he's taller than me, but his bell hit the back of my head.
Ow.
I've had too many trumpets to the head. Like, that's happened 3 times this year.
You said
Two-
you said bell to the head, and all I can think of is bell end to the head.
You need to stop yourself. Every circumstance. Yeah, I have a lot of topics here. Oh, my lord.
Ooh, I have a funny Mike and band story. Do you guys remember
Please.
Crystals?
Yes.
My
Oh,
direct-
yes.
My okay, my
wait,
director.
what song did he sing?
What?
That was
What song did he? Oh,
probably all
It
of
was
them.
when everybody was together doing the chorus or whatever. The high band was doing.
yeah,
The high band was doing the playing up, and we were all the other band and choir members were in the audience singing singing along to the Christmas carols.
Oh, boy.
Mike was by a microphone.
In front
And
of
he-
a microphone.
In
Directly
no,
into
yeah,
it.
directly in front of a microphone, and he chose to not sing but make noises.
And look where he is today. We're all in front of microphones.
So the thing is, my director, because I'm in that exact same band that he was in when that happened, and our director still talks about that.
Yeah.
You got cursed by Mike.
Literally the whole time, I'm like, at Michael Rizzi. And then the director looked at us, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that was Bree Rizzi's brother." Everyone, I'm like, "Yeah." So all the trombones sitting behind me go, "Mike Rizzi," and I was like, "Oh."
I think
The Rizzi name has been tainted by
Oh
him.
no, I'm pretty sure like our family, like yes, we're good people, like we're good,
just
but
goofballs.
I feel like our last name, I wouldn't say a favoritism, but of likeness is pretty low on the totem pole. I'm pretty sure we're pretty low.
No, I think everyone expects the Rizzis to be funny though.
They expect
mean, they can-
way
they
much
can
from
hunt
like especially because like me and Michael, like we're kind of the same. Like
Oh, yeah.
he acts way
Yeah.
more childish than I do.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
But like we
Oh,
both
yeah.
act like that, So I feel like like the stuff they expected from Michael, they kind of expect from me.
Yeah.
Like, I will never wear a suit backwards to school.
I remember that. That was a great day.
I remember that.
That was not a fun day because my mom had to deal with that, and she's still like, I'm like, Mom, do you remember when Michael had to put his suit on backwards? She goes, don't remind me. I'm like, okay.
Did she have to put it on him?
Yeah, she had to help him with that.
It
It's not fun.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's really fun. Like, you think people in security are like, no, they helped him with that. I'm like, you're security. Why are you helping? Ugh. I would not be surprised if the kids that he delivered passes to were just kind of thinking that he needs to be somewhere that's not school, and it's some places called mental hospitals.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
brutal. It's brutal, honestly. I know.
Michael, I love you.
Next
I mean,
week,
we all come to expect Mike as being the goofball. He is the
I mean,
He's the
the
Rizzi.
head of curls, I think, has done something to his brain.
what?
The head of curls.
Oh, his hair. Okay,
and then when he straightens, it looks like a serial killer.
It's terrifying.
I want to see it.
Did you
Brianna,
post
did
that
you-
picture?
Yeah, on the
Yeah,
pod-
it's on-
Did you
Yeah, I
watch?
saw
Did you
that.
watch?
Social media.
Okay.
I saw the picture just floating around, and I just looked at it and I went, oh no.
I still think he needs to do it again.
I want to see him do it again.
That hair, the flat iron is in our bathroom, and it looks absolutely disgusting from all the product he put in his hair.
Is
It
that
looks
his
so-
own flat iron?
Yeah, he bought it himself. And
What?
It's sitting. The cord is wrapped up, sitting in our bathroom at our house, in the back of like the cabinet, like the bottom cabinet, and it's sitting there, and it's so gross. Like from all the product he's
just
put in it.
He
Yeah.
bought it himself
I'm pretty sure he bought it.
for his like 1 or 2 times that he's ever used it.
Was it brand new?
At that time.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Now,
Those are expensive.
okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, granted, I should have cleaned it, but did I? No, because I'm too lazy. I wanted to curl my hair with the straightening iron because I know people have done that, and I want to try it. But I realized, my hair's way too thick to do that. It'll take. I'll graduate college by the time I finish curling my hair.
Thick with 2 C's.
Thick. So, and secondly, his curling iron was so gross. It just got hot and didn't literally do anything. It just fried my hair. It did nothing.
When did
Wow.
you use it?
What?
When did you use?
Why? Like a few months ago. Because I was like, I want to curl my hair for once. I literally have to physically to curl my hair. I have to braid it, put like water in it, so like when it dries like all wavy
Yeah.
like that. That's how I have to curl my hair because my hair's so thick.
Do you remember my long hair?
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
Don't
Kayla,
want to.
I know you
That's
remember.
Don't
how my
want to
mom
remember
knows
it, but
you.
I do.
That's how your mom knows me? When was the last time
For the longest time, that's how she knows you. And you,
Probably from during the band concerts, I think.
yeah, from like junior high.
Yeah. Because that's when
Yeah.
I had my long hair.
Yeah, that's
And you were
literally for the longest time, probably up until my high school graduation party. Was like up until like how she recognized you.
She probably wouldn't recognize me today.
Probably not.
Probably not. Brianna was just a wee little baby when I had my long hair. When I had my long hair.
I think it's like my family has seen you go through so many phases. Like it's literally to the point where my mom doesn't care if you just walk in our house.
Oh yeah, I know. I still
My mom-
I do it
told-
anyway.
I'm like, Mom, why can't it happen to my friends? She goes, well, I let some of your friends, like some of the friends I've known for a while, they just
Yeah.
let them, like, but yeah, they're like, yeah, I think Tyler has like the
I've seen you
code to our
already.
garage, and I'm like,
I do.
are you serious? Like, I didn't even know that. Like, that's what she told me. And like, cause I like you walk in all the time, cause I usually think, oh, it's like for Michael, and then like sometimes I just wonder, I'm like, you just walk in, like, and then I'm like, Mom's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm like, oh,
I had to, because your mom was getting grapefruit delivered a few weeks ago. I see
I've
you
never
roll your eye.
seen her obsess and freak out so much over fruit. That is
so,
fruit.
And so I had to,
It's
and it was
Pickles.
it was fucking
good.
it was fucking cold out like the day they're supposed to get
Yeah.
delivered. So I
they
had
wanted
to
to make sure they were in the house, so she
Yeah,
called
so-
you.
So she called me, and as I was leaving, Jonathan pulled up as I was like walking out of the garage door, just the inside garage door, and he looked at me like, "What?" He's like, "Why are you
Like,
here?"
yeah, at this point, I've just kind of accepted. Like, when you walk in the house, like, I can hear you because you're really loud. So, like, when I hear you talking, I'll just be like, oh, Tyler's here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Actually, I ring the doorbell most of the time. Most
Most
of the time.
Like,
Yeah.
other times,
Brian
like,
don't answer.
normally when, like, my mom's, she'll just be like, just walk in. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Mike will say, "Oh, walk in, Ty," and you know this is coming from Mike, and the door's locked. I'm like, "Well, how am I supposed to walk in when the door's locked?" Mike, Blake. Blake, you're guilty of that too.
Okay. In my defense, so Discord doesn't do notification sounds on my computer. So, like, I have to physically go into Discord to see.
Do you want me to start texting you?
Yeah, that works better.
All right, cool. I'll start texting you. I'll text you right now. No, I was kidding.
Send pigeons with the little letters.
Kayla was smart. She texted me that she was here.
I did too. I said, Blake,
Kayla's
open
the
door.
texter. Kayla is the texter of the group.
So she says here, and I'm like, there.
Yeah, I was gonna say boo as I was walking up, but you opened the door, so I deleted it.
I think Kayla and I are the biggest texters in this group. Blake, you use Discord more.
Well, yeah, well, that's because it's a habit.
I mean, I don't
Mike
use
because
Discord that much,
Mike's
but
phone is
I'm
broken.
really big.
Don't you use Snapchat more than? Yeah. So there you go. Nobody else here uses Snapchat except for
I use it
occasionally, right?
I just stalk people's stories and send things to people. Like
Yeah.
it's like 2 people.
Remember when your ex was like obsessed with Snapchat when it was first coming out? L. He would like we used to like hang out in my garage and next thing you know he's like making a funny face like looking down like this and like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah. I think we had been broken up by that when that happened.
Really? Oh my god, it's been that long.
Yeah, Snapchat didn't come out until around like our sophomore junior year, and we broke up like beginning of junior year.
Yeah.
relationships. Aren't they great?
I love him.
He was like literally but it was him and the current relationship I'm in have been the only decent relationships I've been in.
Yeah. Which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that for myself.
Oh.
It's okay, Briana.
Brianna's forever alone. So am I.
Excuse me, forever alone with food. You need to finish that sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Food.
I mean, I'm on the same page, too.
Because, like, my family, for some reason, like, every year they switch off between you don't need a boyfriend, focus on school, to
When
do you
are
have a boyfriend yet? Like,
When are you
this is the year that they're asking, do you have a boyfriend yet? And I'm always saying, does my instrument count? And they just look at me like I'm some crazy lunatic. I'm like, well, what am I going to say? Yeah, I'm dating cheese puffs. Like, what am I supposed to say here? Like,
Yeah.
I have nothing.
My sister is 31 years old. I ask her when she's getting married. I'm that person. I'm like Kayla, you remember, or does anyone here remember The Nanny, the TV show?
I love
Oh my God, I
that
hated
show.
it.
With Fran Drescher?
Yes.
I love that show. I'm like Fran's mom. I'm like, when you getting married? When you getting married?
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the day she finds someone good. You hear that? Turn the friggin' frogs gay.
There's a kid that he's a sophomore. He can do that pretty well.
You can do Alex Jones' voice?
Yeah. He can do it kind of well.
Oh,
It's amazing.
There's some really talented kids that go to our schools now. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
From good musicians to good at memes.
The
We have a
spicy
wide
meme ones.
variety.
We can make like we can make like a product demonstration. We have a wide variety of memers
We have a
and
wide variety of memers.
of memers at the high school.
My brother is the memer. He's an artist though. He's meme.
Well, that's the
yeah.
I'm an artist of memes.
Yep.
the
Just
meme
do I
artist.
count?
Man, I went through a nostalgia trip the other night. So actually, it was last night where I was watching like the Homestar Runners Trogdor. Like, oh, Kayla, please tell me you know. Oh no!
None of us know, Tyler.
Like the days of
what?
Newgrounds.
Oh, yep.
Like and
You got me caught up then.
mini clip.
Good old 2008 internet.
Like the ultimate. Do you remember the
MySpace.
Ultimate Showdown? That music video.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I watched that again the other night. I'm like, this is so trippy. Like this is me down like memory lane right there.
I missed like 4th grade internet when I was.
God, that's when
I
I
got the internet.
When I got my first computer in like the 3rd grade. It was like my own computer in my room. Like
You thought you're like the coolest person
I felt like the
ever.
coolest motherfucker in the entire world. So I had my own computer. I was memeing at that age.
Apparently, when speaking of younger elementary school, apparently to my mother when I was younger in kindergarten, if something didn't go my way or something happened, like you'd go like something. Apparently, kindergarten, I would say "damn." Apparently, if
I
something
think I know who you got that from. Your dad.
maybe.
Yeah, good boss.
So
It's like,
apparently something happened. I go, oh, damn. My teacher was just kind of looking. She was so yeah. Apparently, I used to say that in kindergarten.
I have a Mike story for you, but I can't share it on the recording because it is so bad.
oh, I want
bad.
to hear it now.
I will gladly share it afterwards,
You know
but
what? No,
it requires
You know what? Hold it for next week when he's here.
no. See, the reason being is because it's a little inappropriate, like actually really inappropriate. Because I don't want people. If I'll ask Mike next week if he wants me to divulge this information, but it involves preschool, and
I want to hear this now.
well, luckily we are running out of time, so it involves preschool and Mike saying squeaky doors.
Mike saying
says
squeaky
squeaky-
doors.
Mike saying squeaky doors. He says something along the line of something with nudity. So in
I wanna hear this now.
preschool,
What a shocker!
I know.
Tell me something I don't know.
I even I brought up the story to your mom and she didn't remember it. So I was like, like even after I explained it to her, she doesn't remember. But my mom is so adamant that it happened and that your mom called my mom about it because it involves me and Mike.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I didn't do what Mike says we did. I know I didn't do that because I'm not that kind of person, and I know I wasn't that kind of person when I was younger. So
Neither was I. Like,
Mike was the biggest idiot, and he still is the biggest idiot.
tell us something we don't know.
Um.
Oh yeah, one of my topics is weird facts.
Ooh, what's a weird fact? You know what weird?
I have a weird fact.
Alright.
I did this as a research project in middle school, and I convinced a girl to stop using lipstick for a while.
Okay.
Oh.
So, lipstick, I don't think it is anymore. Used to be, I did a whole project on whales.
Yeah.
Blue whales. Love blue whales, guys. They're amazing. They're only like extinct and like 100 feet long. I don't know. They're really, really big. But lipstick used to be made out of whale blubber.
Yeah.
And my friend just looked at me and she goes, I don't want to use lipstick anymore.
I'm sure not all lipstick was like that.
Well, not all lipstick, but like,
there's no way.
like I think she was convinced that all lipstick were like that.
Oh,
So I was just kind of
was
like,
this junior high?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
yeah. Oh, and then for some reason, kids were so addicted to sniffing Sharpie and white. Like this kid, literally. All right.
I used to put hand sanitizer in a Kleenex, roll it up, and stick it up my nose.
Oh my god.
Kayla, do you not remember that?
You
I don't.
are terrible.
Do you not remember that?
I remember so many things from junior high. I remember somebody that I will not name, snorting Smarties on my bus and hand sanitizer at the same time.
Some kids
So-
did that at our lunch period, but with salt.
All right, Blake.
We give kids so much crap about eating Tide Pods, and we did shit like that back then.
I know,
what is
but
Smarties and
it didn't become like a trend though. Like it was,
was just
it was a
kids
trend.
being
Well,
It
I
was
mean,
no kind
if
of.
you want to upgrade from Tide Pods to Cascade Pods, I think
Get some nice clean
want
dishes while you're
want
at
a
it.
gourmet meal. Tide Pods are just not enough. No,
See,
kids don't do that. Please be smart. Please know better, because I swear to
Natural
God,
selection.
you're the reason why our generation sucks.
Natural
I
See,
feel
like I said,
smart people are
I'm
becoming
truth.
the
I will
minority.
speak the truth. The people that eat Tide Pods, you're the dumbest people on this planet, and you really are the worst.
Natural
Play ball.
selection.
I did a whole paper. I did a paper on genocide last year.
Oh,
and
yeah, I remember that.
will never forget the fact, like, I picked genocide because it was a problem, and then, like, they're like, think of a counterclaim. I'm like, how do you counterclaim genocide? And it took me so long. That was the
what
hardest.
was your counterclaim? I forgot. Oh, was it?
Just don't
wasn't
do
it. Wasn't it like something like purity or something like that?
I don't know, but
Some will argue that makes things pure.
Do you still have the paper?
you bet.
I kind of want to.
Is it online?
It's on my Google Drive.
I kinda
My
wanna
other
read it
one,
now.
I think. Like, it was so. That was probably one of the hardest papers I have ever done in my entire life. It was so difficult.
When you brought up the idea of like writing a paper in the counterclaim, I was in the same boat. I was like, how the fuck do you counterclaim
create a
genocide?
counterclaim for genocide? It was so difficult. I was like, how do you counterclaim murder? Like, it was so.
What were the other papers about? Do you remember? Like what other topics there were?
There was trafficking, like drug trafficking,
Right.
human trafficking. There, like, it was just a bunch of like topics like related to then.
Yeah.
Nope. It was just really hard, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't know what to do, and it was probably the most interesting, but most difficult thing I've ever done.
Yeah, probably. All right, we're running an hour and 10 minutes in, so
All right.
I think it's about time to wrap it up.
Has it really been an hour and 10
It
minutes?
is, but Briana, you actually have to leave in like 3 minutes.
I really don't, though. It doesn't start till 7.
Oh, well.
They
Thanks
changed
for
it.
making that feel rushed.
Oh, yeah. Now I feel rushed. You can't think, Briana.
We're gonna go another 3 minutes.
The newest member rushes everyone.
The newest member gets fired on her first day of work.
That's how you know you're a good worker. You're a good member.
All right, so my name is Tyler.
I'm Little Mike.
Say it in the microphone.
I'm Little Mike.
Say it again, but louder.
No.
Okay, what is your name?
Third wheel.
What is your name?
The guy on the end.
What is my name?
Tyler.
No.
Okay, I found it. I
All right.
found the genocide paper. Before we end it all.
Yeah, but let's end on a genocide note.
Why can't I? Okay, give me a second. You.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh boy.
Bum, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
Okay, found it. So for some reason, my counterclaim, I started it off with, some people may argue that genocide isn't as bad as other crimes like ethnic cleansing.
Wow.
Yeah, it
all right,
was-
that is one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
was so. It was a 3-page paper worth of.
That's Tyler telling you to cut off.
And goodbye.
Adios.
Bye.